Hi, I'm Vicki Conley, and we are here tonight on this Google Hangout to talk about everything SeaCommerce. I've got a couple friends with me here tonight. I have Stephanie Inge from Dallas, and I have Jim Navery from Virginia, and Chris Green from, where are you from, Chris?
Yes, I'm currently in Massachusetts, although I used to be down there in Dallas, Texas with Stephanie. We were good buds, and we're still buds even though I'm in Massachusetts.
That's correct.
All I can
And
think
you're the reason I got started on Amazon, Chris.
You took a while. You were a tough nut to crack, but
I know.
gotcha.
Now I've got more scanners than I have cents, thanks to you.
All right.
But it's all good, and I'm glad that he converted me. I'm not completely Amazon, but I'm multi-channel, so that's a good thing.
Wait, this is a SeaCommerce cruise, right? It's not a C Amazon, C eBay.
That's
No,
correct.
this is e-commerce. And guys, I'm gonna take over the show and start it off like this. We don't care what you sell. We don't care where you get it. We don't care where you sell it. Right? We really don't. Don't care if you're Amazon. Don't care if you're wholesale. Don't care. It doesn't matter. But if you sell stuff online, we can help you, or the other people that come to an event like this can help you, because we're all sellers. And when we're not together, we're ruthless competitors and we hate each other. We get mad at people's eBay IDs that don't even have a face. Then we get in the same room and we have some drinks and we find out, hey, it's a real person. Oh, you sell that stuff? I used to do that. Oh, we should work together. The networking at these events is by far the most important thing. And when I say important, I mean valuable thing to grow your business. Imagine growing your business 10%, right? From what? One conversation? That's what happens at these things. So enough. I don't want to take over. Let's go back to the agenda.
Oh, no, please.
Okay.
You're doing awesome.
I mean, everything he says is right on. I mean, for sure. But the other thing at the conference is there is a lot of valuable information that you'll gain during the workshops. But it's meeting the people and the connections you make, the friendships you make. There's no price you can put on something like that. It's invaluable. And it may not materialize right then, but it may be a year from now, 2 years from now. Like with Jim, we just happened to be in a conversation over cocktails, and he happened to mention a website called Cafe Press. Again, it's a totally different channel, totally different website. And I had heard of Cafe Press, but never paid much attention to it until Jim told me how large his paycheck was from Cafe Press. I think it was last November. And my antennas went up, and that resulted in a class that Jim taught to people that were on the cruise after we got back. And so now I have several Cafe Press stores in addition to my eBay store and my Amazon store. And that was all a result of meeting Jim on SeaCommerce Cruise. I mean, we had seen each other at CES, but it was basically, hi, where are you from? Going to grab some tacos. But it truly is a game changer. And now I feel like we're really good buds, right, Jim?
Absolutely, yeah. It was great. I mean, that's the whole thing, is being able to network with everybody, putting faces to names or to icons, and being able then later to get in touch with them when you have a question or you want to just run an idea by somebody. You know, like Chris and Steph said, it's totally invaluable, because you know what it all boils down to is you can be a seller, but unless you are dealing with people properly and have those connections, you're really on an island, you know, trying to make your living. By networking with other people, and that's why they have trade organizations and things like that. I mean, this is in effect our trade organization, is these conferences. And you know, if you can at all get to the cruise or any conference really, you won't regret it if you've never been before. If you've been to conferences, I think you probably have a good idea of the benefit. Now think of a conference like
in yourself and your business. What it all boils down to, don't you think?
Yeah, well, and at a conference you have maybe 2 or 3 days to, and a couple of hours to hook up with people.
Right.
This you're on for a whole week in a restricted area together, and so the opportunities are going to just be expanded.
It's like, let's say CBS, eBay, radio, any of the conferences, everybody goes to the sessions all day, every day, with 15-minute breaks, and at night they scatter like flies. And you have your little cliques. But the good thing about the cruise is every single night we sit at the same table with the same people, and that gives us a wonderful opportunity not only to get to know them, but to get to know their families. Because families are a part of our business. They either work with us or they put up with us while we're working. Randy's over here going,
Oh, no. Oh, I thought I hit the wrong button.
But, I mean, so I think that the cruise, it offers opportunities for children, spouses. I know, Chris, your wife, Jen, she likes to work out. She's a personal trainer, right? And I know John gets to the gym every single day. Maybe Jen could teach some of us how to work out.
There we go. There we go. We'll have a morning exercise class.
No thanks.
Oh, God. But there's just so much to do on a cruise ship. And last year they had surfing. But during the day while we're at sea, there will be sessions all day. We'll have a 2-hour lunch. And usually during lunch it's kind of a networking session. Vicki, you have anything you want to add? We've been kind of hogging the spotlight.
Yeah, well, I've been making notes of what I want to say, and then you guys keep saying them. That's what I was just going to say. I really like the fact that people, entrepreneurs that work at home all day, we can network with our peers. And on the cruise, a lot of people bring their families so they can work by day. So they don't feel so guilty taking a vacation. They can work by day and then hang out with their family at night. And then they're still going to have cruise buddies there from the conference that they're going to hang out with. I mean, we hung out with each other the whole time we were there. It was tremendous opportunity. And yeah, the Cafe Press class with Jim. I'm a little behind in my homework still, but I'm working on it. And I really see the value in using Cafe Press. With how I'm going to use it is when I develop my own private label product on Amazon, I am going to test some of my designs through Cafe Press. And I thank Jim for teaching me how to use it.
It's really amazing what you can do to put your mind to it. Yeah, exactly. To me, being at a conference is kind of like bringing Facebook to life, because we all have these conversations and give each other shout outs and make comments. But when you're at a conference, it brings the faces to life. And on the cruise, again, you kind of have them as a captive audience, so they can't get away from you that much. And it seems like the bonding is so much better on the cruise, because we do eat together every night and we're together every day. But the classes are optional, so if someone wants to go lay out by the pool, they can certainly do that. But included in their conference price is 2 full days of conferences that are instructor-led, and then at night we will have optional networking sessions after dinner, or no, before dinner. So after dinner they can go do a show or whatever they want to do. There's casinos, there's clubs, there's...
And then, you know, we were also talking about picking a point on the ship where would be our meetup point, where
Right.
if you don't have anything to do and you just want to get together with people, you know, we'll have one point that we identify where people can congregate, and then, you know, get a small group together and go somewhere else if you want, or stay there and just hang out and BS. And, you know, that's, I anticipate that being the most valuable part.
Yeah. Well, the first year we did this, it was I was the co-organizer, and then it kind of got dumped on me me and Kat at the last minute, and I had no idea that you couldn't communicate on the ship like while we were still in port. I was thinking I could email everybody or Facebook them. So when I got on there, I had all these flyers I wanted to hand out to everyone, but I couldn't find them. And we quickly learned that you have to schedule things ahead of time, and the communication is key to do that ahead, and then give everyone a schedule so they'll know where to meet. But like Jim said, a centralized location where we can all hang out. So if you're bored and you don't have anything to do, at least you can find some of your tribe members.
Yeah, you can't sleep. It's 2 in the morning. Go there and hang out. Somebody else.
It's called a casino.
No. That's too much of a distraction.
Oh, okay. Well, you were there quite a bit last year.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So, Vicki, what's your favorite thing about the cruise?
Oh, my favorite thing about the cruise is just being able to meet the people that I connect with through social media, to see them live and in person. And I'm an event person. I like to go to a lot of events. It's like old home week whenever I show up at an event. And I know, you know, there's a lot of events out there that are competing for, you know, the online seller's dollar. And I would just highly encourage you to get to as many events as you can. The friendships that I've made at all the events I've gone to is priceless. Especially, you know, going through what I went through in the past 2 years, you know, with, you know, my husband was diagnosed with brain cancer. I was a caregiver, and he passed away a year ago, February, and I had a huge network of people to fall back on through all my online sellers. They've helped me keep going. I'm gonna quit talking pretty soon before I cry, but they've helped me keep going, and I'm able to support myself now. So okay,
Okay, I think it's important to note that we do have an early bird incentive for the first 20 cabins that are booked. Those people are going to get to attend a VIP mentoring session with our keynote speaker, Chris Green of Scan Power, as well as John Lawson, CEO of ColderIce, and the other featured speakers that we have not yet announced. And so that opportunity right there is worth $1 million. You cannot put a price on it, but I am, and I'm saying it's worth $1 million. So I'm saying book your cabin, book it early. Your final payment is due 70 days before sailing, and they will honor the lowest price. So you need to jump in now and book your cabin to take advantage of the VIP mentoring session. In addition, we have a limited block of rooms, so the ocean view and the balconies are going fast. So if you want one of those, I would highly recommend that you get on it and call Samantha Wan. Her contact numbers are on our website, c-commerce.com. And it's also on our Facebook group. So there's, I mean, you can always contact us if you can't find it. But she's easy to get a hold of. And what else am I forgetting here?
And there is a link on the Google Plus event page that goes to the official event page. So it should be really easy for people to find.
So the deposit is $250 per person, and then the final payment is due 70 days before sailing. So you have plenty of time to pay for your cruise. You can make monthly payments, and we leave on Valentine's Day. So hey, what better Valentine's present can you give your loved one? You know, if it's your spouse and they just hang out while you're selling online, bring them with you and treat them to a Valentine's Day gift, and you both reap the benefits, you know, of a cruise and a conference.
I'm probably going to have plenty of snow at home, too. How about you, Chris?
Well, this year we had like 140 something.
Oh my God, it was ridiculous.
Snow. Yeah, we set a few records this year. You know, so I think people should really be thinking ahead because it's going to be cold in a lot of the country in February. This is one of like the few types of conferences where it makes sense to bring your family, to bring your spouse, to be like, hey, we're all going together, because it's not going to be boom, 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 morning till close, straight conference time.
Right.
Right. There's going to be luxury time, excursion time, break time.
And there's tons of stuff for kids to do on the
right. So this is somewhere where you can bring the kids. Where it may not make as much sense to bring them to a conference where it is a scheduled like a regimen each day. But guys, the early birds are rewarded, absolutely rewarded.
And to expand on that, right now it's $200 per cabin just for the conference, which is, I mean, ridiculous. That is so such a bargain. July 1st, that price goes up to $300 per cabin, or $150 per person, and August 1st it goes up to $400. So my recommendation is to save and book early so you can get in at the rock bottom price, and you will not regret it. It's like Chris said, it's tax deductible, and the friendships and the connections that you will make are priceless. I'm not just saying that. I feel like I should be up on a podium preaching, because I really, really believe in the bonds that we make on the cruise.
Yeah, meeting people face to face is so much different than Facebook, right? You make a different type of relationship. It's a different type of connection. It's very difficult, in my opinion, to establish that level of trust, especially between online sellers where we're kind of competitors. Like, I don't know if I really want to tell this guy that. But when you're face to face and you shake hands and you have a drink, you can establish that trust. It takes a little time. I'm not saying it's impossible on Facebook. I've got people that I trust that I met on Facebook, and I trust them before ever meeting. It happens. It's rare. Okay, I'll tell you, it is very rare. You want to fast track that and meet the other types of people who do what you do. You have to go to these conferences. We did a Scam Power conference in March here in Providence, and there were people there. I got this comment more than once where people are like, I'm so thankful to be in a room with other people that I can relate to. Where I am, and he didn't live like in the boonies, but there's just not a lot of people who are like the typical Amazon, eBay seller sourcing retail, online, thrift store kind of stuff. We're spread out. I've asked people, have you ever met another scanner at the store? And they're like, no. I'm like, have you ever even seen one? No. And you can't have that conversation of, you know what, Amazon sent me this email, and what am I supposed to do about it? Or my metrics went down. How do I get them back up? There's nobody. We go to Facebook because that's all we have. That's how we meet other people who do what we do. You can't do it. I mean, you can. There are meetups. I mean, Stephanie, you had a great meetup in Dallas, but you're in a major metro area. There are a lot of people out there that either don't know about meetup, they don't go to conferences. Once you go, you get it. You're like, oh, this is why everybody says go to conferences. It's not to see Chris Green, right? I'm on Spreecast. Heck, I'm on Google Hangouts right now. You can see me. You can ask me questions. I'll answer your questions. But if you're doing it that way, you're just seeing what I do instead of sitting down, having that conversation. And it's kind of like a mentor part. I can sit at a table with 8 people, and I can tell those 8 people how they can make money with what they're good at. When Jim tells me he's good at Cafe Press, I'm like, oh, Jim, that's genius. Have you thought about doing this? And Jim's like, oh, no, I haven't. That's great. Can you tell me more about that? I'm like, yeah, you should take what you're doing and then do it this way and see what happens. And it doesn't hurt me, so it's not this paranoid seller thing of, oh, well, I can't tell Jim any secrets. And what Jim tells, I'm not going to get into Cafe Press, right? I'm not going to be like, oh, Jim's killing on Cafe Press. I'm going to get in that, and I'm going to compete with you. Are you kidding? I got enough stuff to do. The paranoia of sellers is out of control.
It is. It is. But I don't think, I mean, on the cruise, I didn't experience that.
No, the people that go finally get it. They're like, oh, we don't need to be paranoid. There's no, we're not outing products.
Like a fraternity or a family. I mean, it really makes the online selling world like one big family. And I'm sure there's a million other people that are not in our circle. But if someone mentions a name, I'll say, oh, yeah, I've seen them on Facebook. I've never met them, but I've seen them. I know that name. So it's like we run in the same circles, but being at the conferences makes us real and kind of legitimizes us or validates us.
Well, I want to make sure people understand what they're getting with this conference, right, and why it's important to sign up early on. You'll get the early bird special, whatever you're calling it, because, one, you're going to pay less money, right? So if you're going to come on the cruise, you can't wait till the end and get a sweet deal, right? If you want to come to the conference, you got to come to the conference, not, oh, I'm going to try and sneak in. No. You got to come to the conference. The cheapest way you're going to get it is to sign up early. And guess what? Me and John are putting ourselves out there saying, hey, the people who sign up early, we are going to reward you guys with personal one-on-one time, private, separate sessions that everybody signs up at the last minute. Sorry, guys, you're not going to get. The people who sign up early are going to get one-on-one time. And I've been saying this a lot lately because it really resonates with people, because I think people really get it. If you have a way, or if you can master a way to make $100 in a day, then you can make $1 million teaching it to other people. And people kind of get excited about that. But I'll add one more twist to that. If you can master a way to make $100, I will personally, for free, teach you how to teach other people and make $1 million. Because you can have this great idea, but if you don't know how to build an audience, if you don't know how to create a product or market or sell or any of that stuff, then your $100 a day idea is going to sit there at your house and not do anything. You have to work with other people. You guys have watched what I do. Everybody sees what I do. I'm very transparent with what I do. But I kind of use 4 or 5 pieces of the internet, and I use them in a very specific way. So just knowing what pieces I use to say, oh, well, Chris Green uses Facebook, CreateSpace, Amazon, YouTube, and Spreecast, I'm going to do that. No, you won't, because you don't know how to put them together right. There's a very specific reason why I use Spreecast and YouTube and Facebook and CreateSpace and Amazon. And if you don't know that formula, which I could outline for you, right, or you could decipher it or reverse engineer it. It's not a secret, but I will teach you. Say, you got this idea? Great. Jim, you're good at Cafe Press? Great. If it was me, this is what I would do with it. And then Jim can take it or leave it, right? It's not that I'm right or wrong, but I will share all my knowledge with Jim.
The world to go on the cruise right there.
That's it.
You can't put a price on that.
That will change your life. It really will. And for what? The price of the cruise and the conference is, in my opinion, negligible considering you're on vacation, considering it's a tax-deductible expense, considering it's February, considering it's cold.
Yeah.
This is where people need to be, right? And people that come to this will pivot their lives, not just their business, they will pivot their lives by meeting people and really growing something. And guys, the cool thing about a cruise, and Vicki, you brought this up, I really hadn't thought of it, you're unplugged. You have nothing to do but network. It's not going to be, yeah, Steph, yeah, that's cool. Tell me more about meetup.com. Because I'm on my phone and I'm not really listening. No, I'm listening, right? You're going to have my full attention. I'm just like that. I get distracted by the phone just like everybody else. No, not on this cruise. It's going to be right here.
That's right.
And making an action plan and making sure you follow up with it.
When will you ever find Chris Green unplugged? Never.
And Lawson? You put me and Lawson in the same room?
John Lawson and Chris Green unplugged. That's unheard of. Only in the Caribbean will you find that.
It's a valuable room. It's going to be a very valuable chunk of time that we will spend with only early birds. Only early birds. Only early birds.
Only early birds.
I'm booked.
Yeah, me too.
Susie Headley says she's going to book tomorrow.
All right. Susie's in the
Okay, well,
early bird club.
Oh, and good. She said Jeremy's planning on going too. So we'll have a photographer. Yay, Jeremy!
Yeah,
You did
great
awesome last year.
I will bring my A game to make sure all the early birds have all the information they need to take whatever it is they are good at and leverage it and multiply it and scale it. Because to me, that's what's exciting about what you can do in 2015. We can teach you how to do eBay, and you can go up to get as close to that brick wall as you can with how much money you can make with eBay because you're just doing it yourself. You're doing it yourself, and eventually you're going to run out of time in a day to pack boxes and time in a day to make new listings, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. You can do the same thing with Amazon and FBA. But if you want to learn to make some real money, if you want to scale something, then you figure out how to make money, because guess what? Everybody loves to make money. You figure that out, you teach it to other people, and you not only scale, you not only grow, you not only make real money, you help other people. This is the most easy, rewarding business you can ever be in. How do I make money? I help other people make money.
And you know,
but I got to do my part first. I have to do it on faith, right? I have to help other people make money basically for free, and if it works, then I get money. Because if it doesn't work, people will be like, no, I want my money back. I teach for free, and if it works, I get paid. It's the best job in the world.
I know, and I thanks to you, I'm now teaching Amazon also, but the truth of the matter is, if the colleges didn't pay me to teach, I would teach for free. I love helping other people. So I totally get what Chris is saying, but he has taken it, I mean, exponentially, you know, to the next level, and that's why people admire him so much, is because you do give freely, but it's karma. It's all coming back to you, and rightfully so. And that's why we love you. I mean, and that's why you are where you are. I mean, it's
hard work.
It's clean and simple. It really is. Do the right thing, and the right things will come to you. I truly believe
it works that way.
It does.
So this
Chris,
cruise
could not be more excited. I mean,
right.
And I told you, and I'm telling the whole world, I was not going to do a number 3 unless Chris agreed to be our headliner.
Yeah,
and
you turned the screws on me. You put the pressure on.
Yeah. And so you are the reason that there is a SeaCommerce 2016. So let that be known.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm humbled and honored to be a part of it. I love going to these. It's serendipity, right? Like, we don't know who's going to be there. We don't know what we're going to talk about. But I've been to enough conferences that I know that these magical things just keep happening. And I don't really have a better word for it. Magical is truly the right word for it, because these great things happen. Great conversations. Like everybody, we go drinking over here and do this, and everybody has a great time. It's like the best night of the. It just happens. But I'll tell you what, you don't know what will happen, but you can know what will happen if you don't go. Nothing will change. Nothing will be different. Your bottom line won't be changed. You won't have any new ideas, new sources. No, nothing. You can go the safe and steady, I know what's going to happen route, but it's not even like a risk. I don't know what's going to happen. It's like, I technically don't know what's going to happen because it'll be one of 18 awesome things. I don't know which one, but they're all awesome. So it doesn't matter which one it is. They're all awesome. And think about your business. I don't care if you're doing 30 grand or 30 million. 10% to your bottom line, hey, if you're only doing 30 grand, that's 3 grand, right? That's enough money to pay for this cruise. That's 10%. On these conferences, we have what we call $1,000 a minute conversations. That's what we call them. Because if you have a conversation with somebody for 10 minutes, this happened in Providence. Mike Flanagan told Irma about turning on FBA export. She already does over $1 million in a year in sales through wholesale, and she's going to get about a 6% increase in her bottom line just by turning on FBA export from a 5-minute conversation. 6% of $1 million.
Okay, so if you have $1 million, what'd you call those conversations again? $1 million?
$1,000 a minute conversation.
Okay, so let's take the $1,000 a minute and take that every night of the cruise.
Well, I can't guarantee
like
that.
2-hour dinner. Yeah.
I can't guarantee every minute on the boat you'll get paid $1,000. But one 5-minute conversation?
Right.
Irma, experienced FBA seller, was not aware of the FBA export option, right? Because she does her thing. She focuses. She gets new suppliers and makes bundles and submits products and does her thing. And when an FBA newsletter comes in, she ignores it because we just tune out spam and all this stuff. And she just didn't know about it. And by opening up and talking to Mike Flanagan, Mike's like, "You got FBA export on, right?" She's like, "No, I don't." One little conversation. And she just didn't know about it. And there are tons of things like that. Little settings, like tax savings, coupon strategies. There is so much. I wrote the book on online arbitrage. Jim's got the very first copy, signed 1 out of 12. I wrote a book on just that topic, and it's almost 500 pages. Imagine if you tried to write a book about all of Amazon, all of eBay, all of online selling, all of sourcing, all of wholesale, all of private label. I mean, it would be so big. Nobody not only would read it, could read it, let alone understand and comprehend all of it. So you need to just network with people, let people know what you're doing in business. So someone who does some of that and maybe has a little advanced strategy can say, "Hey, that's great. Have you thought of this? Oh, that's genius. I should totally bundle that together and sell it." Doesn't affect their business. They just helped you, right? Because people love to help. Your business grows. You now feel indebted. That other person has unknowingly leveraged the relationship to where this one, I now want to help. I want to give. I want to buy them drinks the rest of the cruise. I feel like I owe them 50 grand in sales, putting an extra 5% on the bottom line. And I'm going to help them. And it just keeps paying forward like that. We hang out and we do business with the people we know, like, and trust. And there's no quicker way to get to know, like, and trust somebody than meeting them face to face. It just doesn't work on Facebook. It doesn't work virtually. It doesn't even work that way over the phone. In person, fast track the relationships, build a network, ask anybody if their mastermind group is the most powerful, part of their business, and everyone will say yes. And how do you form mastermind groups? By hanging out with people you know, like, and trust. And you have to bring value to that relationship. You can't just say, "I want to be in a mastermind." "Oh, cool, this dude wants to be in our group." No, nobody knows this dude. He's not going to be in. But if we know him because he helps and he brings value and he shares information and being in his presence helps our business positively, heck yeah, we want him in the group. That's the fastest way to get in the group, to get into the most valuable part of any business. It's such a no-brainer to go to conferences. And guys, this isn't about just this conference. Come to this one if you love cruises. If you hate cruises, go to a different conference. Yeah. Not everybody likes cruises. They get seasick.
Yes. Are you going to be at CES?
I'll be at CES one way or another. I bought a ticket. I haven't checked on the page or what's up. Go to CES. Go to Midwest Ecom. Go to Ecom Chicago. Go to a local meetup. You don't have to spend a lot of money. The point is you're meeting other people. Now, if you want a vacation, a tax deduction, and it's cold, and you want to get out in the warmth, and the speakers kind of have the vibe of what you want to meet me and hang out with John and all the other speakers yet to be announced, then come to this one. But that's what it's about. We want to help you guys, anybody listening, live or on replay, to network and find people that'll help your business. That's what this is all about. If the cruise in February is what you want, we would love to have you.
Yeah, great way to escape the cold. Hey, I couldn't have said it better myself. And
Nope.
It comes from the man. And Chris, thanks so much.
Yes, Grenda's on, and she said, and she won the book. She won Chris's book with one of her video testimonials.
Asia won another book, and Twyla won the other one.
I will probably have some more books out by February of 2016. I don't want to make any promises, but everything is on track.
Yeah, that's very stressful. I know.
Oh, I just don't want to overpromise and it's not ready I mean, I cut it so close getting Jim's ready for for CES last year. Jim's has so many typos in it because the info's right, but there are some typos in it. But yeah, maybe the early birds will get some perks. Let's just say that. We'll call it the early perks. If you're an early bird, you're going to get some perks from me and from John, some unannounced perks. Okay, I can guarantee that we'll have some kind of perks. But guys, I'm going to have to hop off. I got the kids here. I'm East Coast, so it's 8:30. But everyone listening now and on replay, if this sounds like something that'll help your business, sign up now, sign up early. It's not going to get cheaper. It's only going to get more expensive. The early bird peeps are going to get the early rewards, the early perks. And if you have questions, everybody here on this chat, Jim, Stephanie, and Vicky, we're all easy to find on Facebook. Chat us up. Ask your questions. If you've never been to a conference or on a cruise, you might have a lot of questions, right? You got to have your passport. You got to, there are some things you got to do. If you have those questions, please ask. We'll be more than happy to answer them. And if this is what you want to do, we would love to see you guys.
Yeah. Thank you
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
for joining.
Right.
All right,
Chris.
Chris.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, I would encourage everyone to go over to the c-commerce.com page, and there's a link on the Google event page. We also have links all over on the Facebook group. You want to go ahead and close us out, Stephanie?
Okay, as far as the pricing goes on the cruise, I'm not sure what's on the SeaCommerce. Let me take a look real quick and make sure the prices are still the same. They are $4.99. Okay, the Ocean View is actually $10 less. But the prices do fluctuate, and so the prices are $4.99, $5.99, $8.09, and $11.79, and that's an inside stateroom, which means you have no windows, so you can sleep really, really late and never see any sunshine. Ocean View, you have a porthole. Balcony, you have a balcony to go out there and smell the ocean, and the suite is like if you win the lottery, you can have a whole suite and probably a wraparound balcony. But anyway, we do have a limited number of each one of these. We don't have suites in our block of room. We have inside, Ocean View, and balcony. And the balconies, so far, everyone that's booked has booked a balcony. And we only have a total of 30. So that gives you an idea of how fast they're going. And the Ocean View rooms are very, very nice. And that's what I've stayed in the last 2 years. So, I highly recommend it. And it's very affordable, $609. And that is per person. And then the conference is an addition. And right now it's $200 per cabin. It goes up July 1st. $300 per cabin, and August 1st, $400. So if you have any questions, shoot us a message, and we'll be happy to answer those. Or you can always contact us on Facebook, or you can call Samantha Wan and her phone numbers are on the website. But if you need those, the 800 number is 766-2911. Is there anything else I left out, Vicki?
Maybe you just want to make sure that people know that they do have to book their room and the conference through Samantha. They do need to go through our travel agent in order to be considered part of the SeaCommerce cruise group. We have commitments that we have to make, and everything has to be run through that.
Right. And to expand on what you just said, if they were to go through their favorite travel agent and book the same cruise for the same price or a lower price, they could definitely go on the cruise and be on the ship. But they will not be able to attend the conference or sit with us at dinner every night or attend the meet and greet. And we forgot to mention the meet and greet is complimentary, and that's a huge a huge event for us. And this year, in honor of Chris Green, the theme is going to be mob, the mob theme, like The Godfather. And so we want you to wear your fedoras, your best Al Capone outfit. Yeah, it's going to be, we call it mobster or mob?
The ladies have to dress as flappers.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll dress as flappers. Or hookers.
Flappers or hookers. I'll have to do some thrift store shopping and look for a dress.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll try to support my best hooker look.
Let me check one last time, make sure we don't have any questions. Thank you, Steph, Vicki, and Jim. That's from Susie. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, Angel has a question. So the deposit and the conference fee are needed for the early bird perks. Yes, half. You only have to pay half of the conference fee.
Right.
And then when is the rest of it due, Stephanie? Is it November 1st?
70 days before sailing.
But for the conference fee, we needed the conference fee to be paid by November 1st? Is that correct?
Oh, that's correct. Yes.
Yes. So December 1st for the cruise to be
And
finalized.
November 1st for the conference.
1st for the conference, right? So half of the conference can be paid up front, the other half by November 1st, or you can pay it all up front if you want to.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yes. Okay.
It's totally worth it. Susie's on the Hangout. I'd love to hear what Susie has to say because she's been on both SeaCommerce cruises.
And Susie,
she, of course,
she has 3 copies of arbitrage and 1 copy of online arbitrage. And Angel says,
because I thanks to Chris.
Yes. So, all right. Well, we do plan on keeping everyone updated throughout the next few months as we ramp up and get ready for the cruise. And as we add speakers to the agenda, we'll invite them to come on and maybe tell a little bit about what they're gonna teach people about, so we can kind of keep people active while we're getting ready for the cruise and planning for the Eastern Caribbean. So. All right. 4
countries, okay? No, not Cozumel this time.
That's
Dominican, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and the Grand Turks. So 2 of those I've never been to. So I'm pumped, and I really want my passport stamped. And I think it was Carmi was telling us that in the Grand Turks you can get your passport stamped. So that would be kind of cool to have that done.
Yeah, I don't think we ever said we're sailing out of Miami. So out of the port of Miami, we are going to see what we can do about, once we know our numbers, we're going to see if we can get a block of rooms reserved.
The night before.
Discount group rate somewhere either close to the airport or close to the port. It's not too far of a distance between the two. We'll find out what sort of shuttle information is available and numbers for people, so we'll get all that stuff arranged. We're just getting started on this, so bear with us, but register now. You're not going to go wrong.
That's
here.
So,
all right. Look, I know John's not here, but I gotta say, show him, John.
yeah, show him, John. That we came up with.
What if Christy was here? It'd be show him, John.
Show him, John.
John. That was.
Well, I'm gonna say goodbye to our audience. So thank you for watching, and if you're watching the replay, you've got until what's the end of the early bird pricing? June 30th.
Yes. July 1st it goes up, the conference rate goes up to $300, and August 1st it goes up to $400.
And if the rooms go cheaper and you've booked, you get the lowest rate.
That's right, until the time of your final payment.
Until the time of your final payment. So I know last year we ended up saving an additional $100, I believe, because the prices did go down on the cruise. So we can't guarantee that, but it does happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, thank y'all very, very much. go watch Survivor and enjoy the rest of your week. Have a safe trip to Iowa, and I will talk to y'all soon.
I will. Thank you. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.